Now I just want to show a close-up of each of my pumpkins. This is just a glass pumpkin that I bought from Autumn Radiance. It's really pretty. This is the pumpkin with the braided cable down the center and the papaya color. And this is the papaya color with just the straight posts down the center. Here's a different color for the pumpkin, like a lighter orange with the straight posts down the center. And then you can crochet your pumpkin and make a kitchen towel topper. I show how to make that. This is with the softer orange, light orange color, and the towel that it's on. Now these other towels that I used have the Life's a Hoot design for a kitchen towel topper. I have a separate video tutorial for Life's a Hoot kitchen towel topper for beginners. It's real easy, quick and easy to make. I also have the written pattern for the Life's a Hoot kitchen towel topper, and it's free for download in my Helen May Crochet YouTube channel Facebook group for my members. And these just make wonderful gifts for people or for your own house. For the Crochet Pumpkin Hot Pad and Kitchen Towel Topper with the braided cable, I used my papaya colored I Love This Cotton yarn. You're also going to need your 4mm crochet hook, a tapestry needle, and a pair of scissors. You can choose whatever orange color you want. The yarn that I'm using is from I Love This Cotton. I just love the texture of this cotton yarn, and it's not that expensive. And you can catch it on sale as well. It's 100% cotton. Here's some information about this yarn. And the color of this one is papaya, so it's a really bright orange color. If you don't want the bright orange color, or you want to combine different oranges, which I'm going to do, I'm going to make one this different colored orange. This one is also by I Love This Cotton yarn, and the color of this one is glowing. And then the other color that I'm using is bright green, and this one also is by I Love This Cotton yarn. The first thing you're going to do is just take your yarn, fold it over on itself to form a loop, then take your crochet hook, go right through the loop, hold the base of the loop with your middle finger and your thumb, then just yarn over, turn the hook upside down, go through the loop for your slip knot, and then just cinch the knot down and the loop around your crochet hook. Now we're going to make a chain. I'm just going to show you 4 of them. You just yarn over, turn the hook upside down, go through the loop for 1, 2, 3, 4. So go ahead, finish a chain of 21, and then come back. Now this is what your first chain should look like. I'm not going to count this as the first row. Now we're going to make the first row of your pumpkin. So you're going to take and go into the 4th chain from the hook, and I'm just going to show you with my tapestry needle. So here is the first chain, the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. So you're going to crochet a double crochet into the 4th chain from the hook. So you just yarn over, go into that 4th chain from the hook, bring up a loop, make your double crochet, then you're just going to make 1 double crochet into every stitch back across, and you should have a total of 19 double crochet, counting that first where it's actually going to be like considered the first double crochet where we did a double crochet into the 4th stitch from the hook. So this is 1, 2, and then 3. So you're going to have 19 total double crochet when you're finished. This is how your work should look so far. Now you're going to go ahead and chain 3. 1, 2, 3. After you make your chain 3, go ahead and turn your work. You're going to make 1 double crochet into the same stitch. So just yarn over, go into the same stitch, make your double crochet, then you're going to make 1 double crochet into the next 2 stitches. Then you're going to make a back post double crochet around the next stitch. So I'm just going to show you. So this is the next double crochet stitch, and here is the post below that stitch, the post of the double crochet. Here is the space before the double crochet, and here is the space after the double crochet. So we're going to be working in this space, both of those spaces. To make your back post double crochet, you're going to yarn over. You're going to come from the back of the crochet work through that space in front of the next stitch, and you're coming through to the front of the crochet work. You're going to go across the post and then go back through the opposite space towards the back of the crochet work. And then you see that the post is on the back of your crochet hook, and that's why it's called the double crochet back post double crochet, because the post is on the back of your crochet hook. Now you're going to go ahead and bring up a loop. So you just yarn over and then bring up a loop. Now you have 3 loops on your hook. Go ahead and make your double crochet. And then you just completed a back post double crochet. And you can see the base of the post wraps around the post of the double crochet on the previous row. This is a back post double crochet. Then you're going to make 1 double crochet into the next stitch. And then that brings us to the start of our cable. So here you can see, I'm going to say that on video, this is the right side of the pumpkin. And then over here is the left side of the pumpkin, and in the middle is where we're going to place our cable. And the cable is always going to have 9 stitches, and then I work the cable in sets of 3. So here's the first set of 3. Here's the next set of 3, that makes 6. And then the last set of 3 makes 9. And so that's always going to be where the cable is going to be worked. So for the first part of the cable, you're going to skip the first 3 stitches, and then you're going to make a back post treble crochet around that 4th post. So you're going to yarn over twice, you're going to skip 3 stitches, and then you're going to come from the back of your crochet work in the space before that next or 4th double crochet, go across the post into the opposite space on the opposite side of the other side of the double crochet, and then that brings you to the back of your crochet work. And then the post is sitting on the back of your crochet hook. So then you're going to bring up a loop, just yarn over and bring up a loop. And then for the treble crochet, you're going to have 4 loops on the hook. So you yarn over, turn the hook upside down and go through 2 of the loops. 3 loops remaining, yarn over, turn the hook upside down and go through 2 of the loops. 2 loops remaining, yarn over, turn the hook upside down and go through those 2 remaining loops. And you just completed a back post treble crochet. So you can see where I skipped the 3 stitches and then I made my back post treble crochet around that 4th double crochet stitch. Now you're going to make 1 back post treble crochet around the next 2 stitches to complete your set of 3. So you yarn over twice, and then we're doing a back post. You're coming from the back to the front and then from front to back. The post will be on the back of your crochet hook. You're going to bring up a loop, complete your treble crochet stitch, and then I completed my second back post treble crochet. Then I'm going to make 1 more, then you're going to make a back post treble crochet in the 3 skipped stitches, starting with the stitch furthest from you. So here is the first skipped stitch, here is the second, and then here is the third. So we're going to be working a back post treble crochet around that first skipped stitch. So you can watch how I hold my fingers. So I'm going to yarn over twice, and then I'm going to go in front of those 3 back post treble crochets that we just completed, and then I'm going to bring my crochet hook behind the crochet work into the space in front of that first skipped stitch. I'm going to bring my middle finger helps to separate the 2. Bring the crochet hook across the post, the front of the post, until you have the post. You're going to go back through the opposite side again to bring the post so that it's sitting on the back of your crochet hook. Then you're going to bring up a loop, and then complete your treble crochet. And then you can see how those front back post treble crochets will sit on top of the previous 3 back post treble crochets that you made. Now we're going to make a back post treble crochet around the second skipped stitch. So make sure that you don't confuse your stitches. I'm going to yarn over twice, and then I'm going to bring my work from behind the crochet work into the space in front of the second skipped stitch. Go across the post and towards the back. Bring up a loop, and then complete your treble crochet. And then that's your second back post treble crochet. Now your last one. So then you have the 3 back post treble crochet, and they crisscross with the first 3 back post treble crochet that you made. So those are in the back, and then these in the skipped stitches lay on top in the front. Then you're going to make 1 back post double crochet into the last 3 stitches of the cable. So make sure you don't grab the back post double crochet
treble crochet stitch. So you're going into the next stitch, next unworked stitch. So yarn over, go into the space before, from the back of your crochet work, go into the space before the next unworked stitch from the previous row, go across the post, and then back to the back of the crochet work. And then the post is sitting on the back of your crochet hook. Make your double crochet, bring up a loop for your back post double crochet. And then you completed one back post double crochet. So you're going to make one back post double crochet for the next total of 3 stitches. So I have one more to complete the cable. And then you just completed the second row's cable design. If you did it correctly, you should have 5 remaining stitches. You're going to make one double crochet into the next stitch. You're going to make a back post double crochet around the next stitch. One double crochet into the next 2 stitches. And then 2 double crochet into the last remaining stitch. And that should give you 21 double crochet for that row. So here you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Alright, let me recount that for you because I missed a stitch. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So 21 total. Now we're moving up to row 3. So go ahead and chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and turn your work. You're going to make one double crochet into the same stitch. Then you're going to make one double crochet into the next 2 stitches. Then you're going to skip a stitch. Go ahead and turn your work. Oops. You don't need to turn your work. Just keep your work straight. you're going to skip a stitch and you're going to make a front post double crochet around the previous row's back post double crochet. So skip a stitch, and then the front post, you're going in front of the crochet work in that space before the previous row's back post. Go behind the post, and then you come back through the opposite side, and then you see how the post is sitting on front of the crochet hook. So that's why it's called the front post double crochet. So bring up a loop, make your double crochet, so I just completed a front post double crochet. Now you're going to turn your work, and then you're going to make one double crochet into that skipped stitch. So here is the skipped stitch. So you just yarn over, and then you go into the skipped stitch with your crochet hook, bring up a loop, make your double crochet, then turn your work back to the front where the right side's facing you, and here is the front post double crochet stitch, or actually the back post double crochet stitch from the previous row, and this is the front post double crochet that we just made. So in this stitch you're going to make a double crochet into the previous row's back post double crochet stitch. So make your double crochet into that stitch, and then you can see how that creates a little angle on your pumpkin design. Then you're going to make one double crochet into the next stitch, and then that will bring you to your cable stitches. So remember, there's a total of 9 stitches for your cable. So for this row you're going to make one front post double crochet for each of the stitches in the cable. So you're going to go around and make a front post double crochet around each of the stitches for your cable that make up your cable. So there's one. Let me back up a little bit. Here's the second stitch in the cable. Here's the third stitch. And then this is where it gets a little bit tricky, but you'll get the hang of it once you've worked the cable enough. You're going to work the next stitch, consecutive stitch in your cable, and those would be the 3 in the back. So you can kind of move those 3 stitches so you can see them. So there's a crisscross of the treble crochets, the 3 in the back and then the 3 in the front. You're going to be working the consecutive next stitch, which are the ones in the back. And you're just going to make your your front post double crochet around each of those. Now that third one in the back is kind of hidden, so I'm just going to move it for across so I can see it, and then make my front post double crochet around it. So I finished those back 3. Now I'm going to make a front post double crochet around the front 3. And then that completes the 9 cable stitches for this row. You have 6 remaining stitches. You're going to make 1 double crochet into the next 3 stitches. Then you're going to make a front post double crochet around the previous row's back post double crochet. And then you could see how that creates a little bit of an angle this way. So on the opposite side you're making the angle towards the outer edge, and on this side you're making the angle go towards the outer edge. Then you're going to make a double crochet into the next 2 stitches. And then that will leave you with 1 remaining stitch. And you're going to make 2 double crochet into the remaining stitch. So I'm going to go ahead and count the stitches with you. You should have 25 total. So here you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So 25 stitches total. Now we're going to get ready for row 4. So go ahead and chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Turn your work. For row 4, you're going to end up with 29 total stitches. So you're going to make 1 double crochet into the same stitch. Then 1 double crochet into the next 2 stitches. Then you're going to turn your work. You're going to skip the next stitch and then work a front post double crochet around the previous row's front post double crochet stitch. So skip a stitch. You want to skip this stitch and then work a front post double crochet. Then you can turn your work back around so that the wrong side is facing, actually, yeah, this is the wrong side. You can see the ridges, and then the cable will be on the right side. So the wrong side's facing me. You're going to make a double crochet into the skipped stitch. So 1 double crochet into the skipped stitch. You can see how I turn my work sometimes just to get a better angle to complete the double crochet. Then, this is the tricky part. You don't want to miss that first front post double crochet stitch. You need to make a double crochet into that stitch. I'm going to show you the front. So here you can see how we made our front post double crochet around the previous row's front post double crochet. Well, that front post double crochet on the previous row has a stitch at the top that we need to make a double crochet into. So sometimes it's easy to skip that, and then that will mess up your count for the row. So if you have ended up with a count that's wrong, that may be why. So go ahead and make sure you make your double crochet into that stitch. Then make 1 double crochet into the next 3 stitches, and then that should bring you right to your cable, the middle cable stitches. So 1 double crochet into the next 3 stitches. Now we're going to work our second design for the cable. There's only 2. That first one that we made, then you have a row of all post double crochets, whether it be back post or front post, depending on the right side or wrong side that's facing you. So again, this is the wrong side, and then this is the right side. Then on the next row you have this design for the cable, and then you're going to alternate these rows, and I'll be showing you how to do that. So for the next 3 stitches you're going to be making a back post double crochet around each of the first 3 stitches in the cable. So yarn over, and it's a back post, so you're going to go behind your crochet work and come up from the back to the front across the post, and then from back to front again. And the post will be on the back of the crochet hook. Bring up a loop, make your double crochet, so I just made 1 back post double crochet. I'm going to make 1 back post double crochet around the next 3 stitches. Make sure you don't skip stitches. That's what I like about this design, is you know that the cable is worked in sets of 3. So if you're missing a stitch in your set of 3, then you know you did something wrong, you have to go back. So there's the first set of 3 with 1 back post double crochet around each of those stitches. Now you're going to skip 3 stitches. So skip the next 3 stitches, and then you're going to work a back post treble crochet around those last 3 stitches of the cable. So yarn over twice, and then again you're making a back post. So you're coming from back to front across the post, and then front to back. Bring up a loop, complete your treble crochet stitch,